Good morning. Actually it's not morning, it just turned 12 p.m. Anyway, so I went to bed at like 3:30 last night, which is not ideal, obviously. But I took 2 melatonin and I was out like a light. And I woke up this morning at like 10:20ish, 10:30. I took JoJo out. Stop licking my comforter. I took JoJo out for a walk and then I fed him and then I just kind of let him like free roam in the room. But he ended up like going back to his crate. Anyway, so then I got in my bed and I like refreshed my brain on MedCal. I chose to do it today instead of yesterday because I wanted to, what did I just say? Because I wanted it to be like very fresh on my brain and I feel really good about it. And then I just like studied over some of the topics that I kind of struggled with this semester and just like refreshed my brain. Then I did like a full comprehensive ATI mid-surge like practice quiz. I didn't do very many. I think I did like maybe 15 or 20 questions, but good enough just to like refresh my brain. My test isn't until 1:30, which feels weird because our tests are usually at 9, which I'm grateful for the extra time that I got to study because I feel like that'll be helpful. But right now I just have a lot of anxiety because if I have to retake this class, it is going to feel like the end of the world, even though it's not. And it's like I'm so public about my nursing journey, like I talk about it on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. So for me to take this class and fail it, it would be a very hard pill to swallow. And then I already know that if I do fail it, my mom's gonna be like, oh, that's because you work so much and you need to stop working or decrease your hours and blah, blah, blah. But like when I'm at work, all I do is study. All I do is study. It's just like you just never know what the instructors are gonna throw your way. But for some reason, I'm feeling like this test is gonna be very fair. I don't feel like it's gonna be like a monkey wrench just being thrown in randomly. I feel like it's gonna be very fair. But right now I'm just having a lot of pre-test anxiety that I'm sure will go away very soon. But I think for right now I'm just done studying. I think at this point, it's probably like 12:05, 12:03. I know everything that I'm gonna know for this test. All the information I have retained this semester, whatever I have retained, and me cramming is like not gonna make it any better. So I think for a little while, at least for like 30 minutes, I'll probably just like lay in bed and relax. And then I'm literally going to throw some clothes on because my test is from like 1:30 to 3. And then I'm gonna come home and I have work at 7. So fun. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Hopefully the vibe of this video gets a lot better after I take my test and I figure out what I made. So yeah, I love y'all and y'all wish me luck. Okay, so it is 12:30, so I need to get up. Like I said, my exam is at 1:30, which means that I need to be there by 1:15, which means that I need to leave the house at 1. So I can like pre-game with music in my car for a little bit. As far as what I'm wearing today, I feel like all of my sweatpants are dirty. I don't know why I feel like that, but I feel like every single last one of them is dirty, which is mildly inconvenient, but like not super inconvenient. So I'll probably just throw in some shorts and a hoodie and my Crocs, and those are gonna be the vibes for today. Just like comfy, cozy. Cause like usually like I'm that person for class that like not dresses up, but like you can tell that I put effort into what I wear. So I wear like a cute little matching set or like some shorts and a t-shirt and like do my hair and put on mascara just because like it makes me feel good to look good. But in a situation like this, I don't want to spend any extra time outside of my bed that I don't have to spend. So yeah, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get dressed and then I will reconvene with y'all when I am leaving out of the house. Okay, so this is my OOTD for class. I'm wearing my Skechers Street Unos in light pink. I have these green flowy shorts. I literally told you I have them in every color. This is like the Everglade green. And then I have my Lululemon full zip scuba hoodie. Why did I say scuba twice? My hair is just in a regular little braid. Okay, so why is this so blurry? Okay, so I just got in the car. I could not find my wallet for the life of me, and I have to have my wallet in order to take my test because it has my action card, which is my student ID, and it has my regular ID in it, and you need at least one form of identification to take the test. And the test that I didn't do as well on, I was stressed right before because I couldn't find my wallet and I was rushing to take the test, and I was in full panic mode the entire time. But I still have plenty of time to get to where I'm going. I'm not gonna listen to any music on the way there because like I need to just calm down and like decrease any external stimuli because I got enough internal stimuli going on, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm gonna drive calmly, leisurely to the nursing building, and we're gonna take this test, y'all. We're gonna take it. All right, y'all, so I just made it to the nursing school. I'm about to go in here and take this test, and I just need to remember, I was just saying this on my Instagram story, I need to remember that every piece of information that is on that test, my highlighter has gone over it, my pen has written it out, I've seen it on Quizlet, I've typed it up, it is already in my brain. Did I put on earrings today? I did. It's already in my brain. All I need to do is go in there and show my instructors that I have been working so hard over the past month to not only memorize this information, but to know it and apply it in a clinical setting. And I know that I can do it, and I need to be for real, put some respect on my own name, because I have been putting in so much work. It's not like, oh, I started studying last night. Babe, I was studying in October for a test that's in December. Okay, hey friends. So I just got out of my exam. We were in a different room like I was telling y'all about in the last vlog, and this one had like very soft, like ambient lighting. Now, is that probably why they moved us? No, they don't care. But I appreciated being in this room. I liked it a lot. I was sitting in the front, which I like because I don't have like a lot of the external stimuli from like seeing other people like wrestling and moving around. I was in the second row. The way that the seats were positioned, I ended up being really close to this other girl, and I still like had so much space table, but like the chairs are connected to like the entire table, so it only like swivels out. You can't like move it. So that was kind of like, you can tell that she just did not want to be next to me. And I'm like, I don't stink. Why don't you want to be next to me, Pookie? Anyway, so yeah, I started taking the test. The first question I was like, what is that? Not what is that, but I was like, I think I still picked the right answer. Like the first three I was like, but I feel like that's because like I was so anxious, and I feel like when it comes to tests, I get anxious of what they could possibly ask me in the next questions. Like not even focusing on the question that I'm on, but like, oh my gosh, they asked me about this, and like I don't really know. But overall, I feel like the test was okay. I could have missed 17 questions, and that means that I passed. So as long as I didn't miss 18 questions, I passed. I don't think I missed 18 questions. I just really don't think that happened. Now, some of the questions, like I was telling y'all, they don't know how to word things correctly, and it was so horrendously misspelled. I feel like they're definitely going to give points back for that because like it wasn't even coherent English. Also, they had snacks. Robbed them of that because I needed that. And now it looks like it's about to rain, and I know that JoJo needs to go outside and like play and run around because he has not been outside to run around in like 2 days because we've been sleeping and studying and all that other stuff. So I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna let him run around before it starts raining too bad, and then I'm gonna rest and relax because I have work tomorrow. Also, like, you know how you get into the car and you're like, oh my god, I have to look up if that answer was right. I did that, and literally one of the answers I was thinking of, it was right, and I almost changed it and I didn't because I was like, no way girl, like that's literally the right answer, like it has to be. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going home. I will update y'all when me and JoJo are outside playing. Hopefully it's not raining, fingers crossed. I forgot to update y'all, but I'm in Target because I needed a new SD card. This one is the 128 gigabyte. So yeah, I just got me to throw this Frisbee. I can't throw in, watch y'all, hold on. There we go. And he's off. So I'm gonna let him stay out here for like 30 to 45 minutes. He's literally gonna run the entire, like he's gonna do that the entire time. So he should get all his zoomies out, runs out before it's time for me to go to work, and by the time I take him in the house, he's going to be exhausted. So JoJo came over next to me and sniffed, and so I was like, okay, well, like let me go get his Frisbee while he's like non-suspecting. As soon as I start walking, he's going to bolt and find that Frisbee and then proceed to not let me have it. Watch him. He just doesn't want me to have it. He doesn't even know where it is. There it is. And now he's gonna run away with it so that I can't get it. Isn't he sick? Dang. God dang. I can't breathe, but they just released the grades and I'm about to look. I can't breathe. can't even remember the password for my computer. Everything is gonna work in the exact way that it needs to work. God, y'all, I literally can't breathe. Okay. Okay. Moment of truth, moment of truth. Y'all, I'm done with this class. I made a B. I passed. Oh, thank God. Thank God. This semester was so awful. It was so awful and bad and terrible and all the bad synonyms. It was that. And it is finally over. Thank God. Oh my God. I can't even cry anymore because I've cried out my tears. I did it. Yeah, so now that I have officially passed my 3rd semester of nursing school, aka the weed out semester, because so many people don't pass and it's so hard for everybody, I literally feel like a weight is lifted off my shoulders. The only thing that can make this day more perfect is if I can just crawl into my bed and go to sleep. Because I feel like I haven't slept very much, which, surprise, I haven't slept very much because I've been stressed. Anyway, but now I'm about to do my skincare routine because I have to go to work. So I told y'all earlier that I am going home to Seattle next week, and so I'll be home for 2 weeks, which means that I won't be working like my normal hospital job for 2 weeks. So I'll essentially miss a paycheck, which is really annoying as a college student, but I'm blessed in that I have like multiple sources of income. So like me not working my hospital job for 2 weeks is like not the end of the world for me. So like it's fine, but I'm a girl that likes to spend. Okay, I'm a material girl, so I need a constant inflow of money all the time. But no, Seattle's still gonna be super fun, so I'm not really worried about it. But my work days are kind of like screamed. Literally take a shot for every time I mess up a word. I said that yesterday, but anyway. My work days are kind of squeezed together. So for my job as an extern, I can only work 3 12-hour shifts a week. Yeah, which I wish I could work more, but it's capped or whatever. But I feel like it's capped because they pay us so much money. Like, not even like to be like cocky or, you know, whatever, but they pay nurse externs very well. And I'm very grateful that I even am able to be in this position. But I feel like for that reason they're like, okay, not too much. Anyway, should I do a lip scrub really quick? I think so. My lips have not been scrubbed. I feel like lip scrubs also are not good for you. Why do I feel like that? I feel like, did somebody tell me that? Did I look that up? I don't know. I feel like it's doing what it needs to do for right now. Anyway, so my work days are kind of like jam-packed together. So I work tonight, tomorrow night. Okay, wait. I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'm off Friday. Justin and Napoleon's graduation is on Saturday. I work Sunday night and Monday night, and I'll get off on Tuesday, and my flight is on Tuesday. So, okay, wait, because I have to change I think this means I need to change the SD card on my camera, because it's like, okay, like I was saying before it cut me off, my SD card was running out, but I just went to Target today, as y'all saw, and I got a new one. But anyway, so let's get to talking about, what is this, part 3 of 4 of relationships? Okay, this is like the juicy one. This is where things got really bad, and if I could go back and punch myself in the face, I would. I most definitely would. Okay, so let's see, what are we gonna call him? We're gonna call him, no, that's too close. We're gonna call him, I'm trying to find something. What's his name? Doug. We're gonna call him Doug. Okay, so we're gonna call this person that I dated in high school, Doug. Okay, so if you watched my last vlog, we talked about, what did you call him? DeMarcus, whatever. We talked about him. And so me and DeMarcus were like officially done. Like, I was tired of the on again, off again. It was summer 16, babe. Like, no, it wasn't. It was summer 15. Okay, so things were good. The music was bumping. Like, everybody getting a permit. We outside, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm having fun in like this new like single space, I guess, whatever. So I was 16 at this time, right? No, I was 15. Whatever. 15 or 16. So I'm like chilling, and like all of my friends at the time were in a relationship. And like everybody was booed up. At lunch, everybody was booed up. After school, everybody was booed up. And it didn't bother me. It literally did not bother me one bit. Like, I was the friend that's like, oh my gosh, y'all look so cute like that. Like, stay like that. Let me take your picture. Like, taking candidates of y'all walking to class and sending them to you. Like, that was me. Like, I was that friend. And I was just like really happy to, you know, be that friend and like not be worried about anything. But anyway, so everybody in my friend group was like, oh my gosh, like, Jayuanna, you the only single one. Like, we need to get you a man. We need to get you a man. And so I was like, no, like, you know, like, I'm not really looking for anybody. I talked to somebody briefly. We'll call him Winnie. But it wasn't even like talking to him. Like, it was just weird. Never mind. Anyway, and so there's also another relationship that's like a side story, but we'll get to that one because this is the juicy one. Anyway, so there was this guy, Doug, as we know him, and Doug was dating Sarah Beth, right? Doug was dating Sarah Beth at the time. It was a very weird relationship. Like, outside looking in, Doug and Sarah Beth just like didn't match, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I was supportive of it. I was like, y'all are literally so fun. Y'all are so fun. And so Doug and Sarah Beth dated for a little bit, and then Doug started like texted me, but like I didn't think anything of it because freshman year, mind you, this is sophomore year, freshman year, Doug used to be like, oh my gosh, like, can I go get you something to drink out of the vending machine? Like, are you hungry? Do you want a snack? Blah, blah, blah. And like, Doug was very into me, and it was very, very obvious that he was into me. But Doug was also into another person. We're gonna call this person Suzanne. Doug was also very much into Suzanne, way more than he was into me, but like Suzanne for him was unattainable. Oh my God, wait, because it's time to be real. Time to be real. Time to be real. Yeah. Y'all be on my BeReal smile, say G. Period. Period. Gossiping for my YouTube vlog. Hashtag, I feel like a Facebook mom. For my YouTube vlog will be posted later. Crazy face. Oh my God, Jayuanna, literally shut up. Gossiping for my YouTube vlog will be posted later. Period. Okay, so, but basically, Doug was way more, what time is it? I literally have to go to work in 5 minutes. Okay. Doug was very much into Suzanne. Very much into Suzanne. So anyway, I was like, no, like, I can already tell that he likes Suzanne. So like, why would I even, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would I even try when I know that they like each other? Or he liked her, she didn't like him, because Suzanne had her own man. Anyway, so Doug started sending me these messages when he was still with Sarah Beth. And it was just like weird, but like, I took it as like a haha, you know, whatever, like, not finna take you too seriously, because like, this is freaking weird. So I kind of like cut it off, and I was like, no, like, you know, you have a girlfriend, whatever. And so then he was like, I want to buy you something for Valentine's Day. And I was like, you literally have a girlfriend. Like, why would you be buying me something for Valentine's Day? And I was kind of getting annoyed because, whoa, what's going on? But anyway, so he ended up getting me, I think, like a pack of Oreos or something for Valentine's Day, which, I mean, to some people that may seem like very platonic, like very much not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. And like, maybe it's not. But to me, like, I knew that he liked me, and so I just didn't want to accept anything knowing that you have a girlfriend, because had I been in her position, I would be mad AF right now. So anyway, I wasn't really feeling that. And so then he was like, I'm finna break up with her. And I was like, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Where your clothes at? You know, like, what's going on? And I was like, if you break up with her, then that needs to be on your own accord, which I guess I can applaud him for doing the right thing. And I say applaud very loosely, for like trying to do the right thing and like not leading this girl on, and whatever, they broke up. And so then he started pursuing me, and I was like, fine, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm laying my walls down. I was like, okay, fine, like maybe I'll start liking him. So we're about to go on this, we're gonna call it a high school competition together, right? We were going on this high school competition together, and literally the day of, Suzanne comes up to me and she was like, hey, I just want you to know that like Doug was sending me these messages. And so I see the messages and I'm like, Doug, what is going on? And he was like, oh, like that's just my friend, like that's just how we talk, blah blah blah. Number one red flag. Number one red flag. Number one red flag. Jayuanna, what were you doing? Like, oh my, y'all, it literally should have ended there. But he kept telling me he liked me, like he was trying to pursue me. I think at one point, like, he kept texting me and saying like, I'm gonna kiss you, I'm gonna kiss you, I'm gonna kiss you. And I was like, okay. And then literally, mans found me and kissed me. And I remember laying down on the floor because I was like, oh, this was not how this was supposed to go. Oh my God, Mom, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry, girl. I know you're probably so embarrassed for me right now. Anyway, so yeah, so the day of like this little high school competition, whatever, I'm telling Doug, and I'm like, Doug, what the heck? He was like, oh, that's just my friend, like that's just how we talk, yeah. I was like, okay, well now you're on probation, because like if you're trying to talk to me, like I need to make sure that you're not with no other girl, you know what I'm saying? And Suzanne is a pretty girl. Like Suzanne is very pretty, she's very nice, she's very sweet. And like I didn't have any problems with Suzanne. Do y'all want to be in my mirror really quick while I do this? I didn't have any problems with Suzanne. Like we were friends at the time. So then we go to this drill meet. Y'all, I literally wish I could post the video. I wish I could post the video, but I can't. Anyway, so he comes to the room talking, blah blah blah, trying to give me a hug, and I'm just like, oh my God, like I'm just trying to go to sleep, you know, whatever. But like at the time, like I'm kind of starting to develop feelings for him. Because probably like out of just like opportunity, like, you know, he was liking me, like I wasn't liking anybody at the time, and like he was showing me all the attention, like he was funny and he was sweet and you know, whatever, and he wasn't dating anybody at the time. So I was like, okay, like maybe I can let this ride. Maybe I can, you know, just like see where it goes. Like it doesn't have to be anything serious, but I'm a person that falls very, very fast for somebody, and it is very dangerous and it is very scary. So I started liking him, and I was like, well, shoot. So then we get back from like the high school competition, and this part of my memory is very fuzzy, but I remember him asking me out, and I remember him making a rap, and he was like 12616. So that's the day that we started dating. And at some point he also like proposed to me in front of our ROTC class, and oh, I just gave a vital piece of information away. Anyway, proposed to me in front of our class, and so, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, like he got me a ring. This is so cute, this is so sweet. And then I remember showing it to my teacher, and he was like, girl, he is so in love with you. He will literally drink your bath water right now if you asked him. And then I started thinking about what that meant. I was like, oh my God, like, think about how in love you have to be with somebody to drink their freaking bath water. Is that good? Oh, that's a good lash. That's a good lash. And so yeah, we started dating, and you know, it was fine, it was cool, whatever. But some problems started to arise. Long story short, he would be texting Suzanne and not text me for months. Like I would see him at school, yes. I would see him after school, yes. But he would only text Suzanne. Like he would tell me like, oh, like my phone isn't gonna work when I go home because like, you know, Wi-Fi issues, phone troubles, you know, whatever. And I was like, oh, like, you know, okay, whatever. And y'all, like, I'm buying this man phone chargers, like everything, just to make sure that like he can text me because like he's my boyfriend, and like, you know, I want to talk to you. Whole time come to find out. Now let me say this. We did have good times. We did have good times where he was funny and he was sweet and it was cute, and you know, it was whatever. But by the time we got to like that 6-month mark of summer, things started getting very freaking shady. So basically he was texting Suzanne the whole time. Mind y'all, Suzanne got a boyfriend. Now for Suzanne, I don't think she meant it to be the way that he meant it. Like, she was just texting him as like, oh, like, this is my friend that I've been friends with for literally so long. Like, she was just like me, like, not really thinking anything of it because you're with somebody else at the time. But our little friend Doug was so relenting, and well, not relenting, and he just like kept pursuing her whole time. I'm not knowing anything about this, not knowing anything about it. So then fast forward to, we've made it to a year, and me and Doug, which I feel like we kind of like pretended to break up multiple times and be like, try to be like funny about it. But I feel like that was extremely toxic in itself, because we both knew that like we didn't really need to be together, for real. But anyway, so came time for another one of those, you know, school trips, whatever. And so me and Doug, we on okay terms at the time. We are right. Also, mind you, me and Doug's best friend are the same person. So like, my guy best friend was Doug's best friend. And so basically we get on this trip, and I'm in my room, and it's me, Suzanne, and this other person. And Suzanne is showing me all these messages where Doug is like, oh, like, I can't wait to be married to you, and we can be engaged, and like, I want to take you to your favorite places and let you have your favorite food. And he's like naming specific places, meaning that like, y'all have talked about this before. And to give credit to Suzanne, like, she wasn't really entertaining it for real, because she let me see the messages, and I was just like, oh, so when he wasn't able to text me, he was texting you. Okay. So then she calls up her two friends to like confirm and just say like, can y'all confirm that like he do be acting like this like constantly? And they were like, yeah, he does. And so I went to Doug and my boy best friend's room, because they were sharing the same room, and I was like, what is this about you wanting to be married to her, take her wine and dine her, like, what's that about? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, save it, because I saw the messages. And he was like, okay, well, like, I did, and I blah. And I literally let it rip, and I let him have it. And my boy best friend was so proud of me, because he was so sick of me always complaining about Doug to him, when I could literally like just leave. Like, nothing was stopping me from leaving. Like, all he wanted me to do was just leave. So then I get back to the room, and Suzanne is like, Doug just texted me. Why did you tell him that I showed you our messages? Okay, and I very well may have been wrong, and y'all can tell me if I was wrong in the situation, but like, you showing me and you giving me like supplemental like evidence about the fact that my current boyfriend is like cheating on me emotionally, whether like that doesn't matter, but why are we keeping it a secret? Like, everybody now knows about like what Doug was saying to you. So she got mad, and I like immediately became the odd man out. I was like one of the most hated people after that, and it was bad. It was bad. So me and Doug just like ended up not talking anymore. It was just over. Like, it was bad. People were threatening to fight me. Like, it was craziness. Now, was I completely innocent in this? No, because I did say some very hurtful things about one of Suzanne's best friends, which I shouldn't have said. That was wrong, and that was immature, and I agree that it was wrong and that was immature. Yeah, I can definitely admit to that. But anyway, me and Doug stopped talking, and that was kind of like the end of us. But I'm saying it was the end of us, and I can say it like with my back straight now, but y'all, I was devastated. Crying every single day. Oh, not to even tell you. I think we stayed together after that. But in like 2 or 3 months after that, Doug and Suzanne went on a camping trip with their class. And I don't even have to tell you what happened. That happened, and I found out about it on Snapchat. Called my grandma, and I was like, please come pick me up, please come pick me up, please come pick me up. I called her to come pick me up. She picks me up, and then I'm telling her what happened. Like, I'm crying hysterical. You want to know what Doug says to me? He says, don't tell our teacher what I did, because he looked up to our teacher as a father figure. So he was like, don't tell our teacher what I did. Then he wouldn't even look at me when we were talking about it. Like, when I finally confronted him about it, he would look at me through his phone like this. Like, I'm looking at y'all through my phone. That's how he would look at me. He wouldn't even look me in my face over something that you did to me. That was a very, very low point. After that, like, I stopped eating. I was sad. I was crying every single day. I was locked in my room. I wouldn't do anything. Like, I was just freaking sad. And you can ask my mom. Like, it was getting to a very low point. But then I started working at a new job. And hold on, let me get dressed. Hold on. Car now, but hold on one second. because this noise is gonna be ungodly. Hold on one second. Very bad. Anyway, so yeah, I was kind of like done with Doug at this point. Like, you did what you did. It was horrible. It was awful. It was very bad for my mental health, and I just wasn't like the biggest fan of it. And I think another thing that like really hurt me with the whole Doug situation is that all of my friends were also his friends, because again, we had the exact same friend group. And like, none of the people in our friend group ever, like, not that I needed anybody to stand up for me, but like, nobody was ever like, Doug, like, what you did was wrong. Like, what you did to Jayuanna was not okay. Like, that was like not the right move. Nobody ever did that. Everybody just kind of like took on a posture of, I mean it already happened, so like, why are you still mad about it? And I guess I just never got closure, which I don't know if I was even necessarily owed closure, but like, dang, you know what I mean? So from that point, I started a new job, and that is where I met Justin, which is where this story will pick up from. But yeah, Doug and I ended up going to the same school after high school, and I saw him a few times, talked to him maybe like twice. Yeah, and I don't know, he was just kind of asking like, you know, how I was and how school going and like what my major was, because like after that whole situation happened, y'all, it's literally so dark. After that whole situation happened with like me and Doug, like we cut off communication. Like, I didn't even talk throughout the time. I'm so sorry that this is shaking. I didn't even talk throughout the whole time that I was in high school. Like, I just shut up. Like, I barely even wanted to go to graduation. That's how bad it was. Anyway, so I just kind of like cut off conversation with him, and then I started talking to Justin, and then he gonna have the nerve, the unmitigated gall to get mad that I was talking to another boy. Boy, after you done cheated on me? Like there's literally no way that you're mad that I'm talking to somebody else after you cheated on me and you did what you did on the camping trip. Like, BFFR. But anyway, I have moved past it now, but I think that relationship was very important for me because it showed me what to not tolerate from a man. Some things you just do not tolerate. You don't make a man stay. You don't beg them to stay. You don't try to get somebody to like you, force somebody to fall back in love with you. If you can even call what we had love, you don't force anything on anybody. Even if you feel like, oh, like they have their good days. No. If you were in a position where you're like, oh, but some days they're so good and when it's really good, it's good. No. No. Absolutely not. This is me yelling at you. No, 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 no. No, because I mean, there's so many times I was like, oh, but like he has his good days and like some days he's just awesome and he's perfect and he's so sweet. Okay, but let's talk about the other days when he's freaking mean to you and ignores you and says he can't text you and then he's texting other girls. Let's be so for real. And like I said, I do take fault for the things that I did do wrong in the relationship. But yeah, it was just very hurtful, and it just taught me what to not accept, what not to tolerate. But I feel like dating Justin for as long as I've dated him has helped me a lot with that, because Justin and Doug are polar freaking opposites in the best way possible. And Justin, he is so kind and he's so sweet and he is patient and he's very understanding, and like he allowed me the space to like work through the trauma that I went through in my past relationship, and he didn't rush me. He didn't be like, oh, like this is a new relationship, like that was your past relationship, like I'm not him. I mean, he did say like I'm not him, but like in a kind and gentle and a respectful way to like reassure me that like he's not gonna do the same things that Doug did to me. And it's just like a very happy and like healthy relationship, and Justin is awesome. But yeah, I feel like I definitely yacked for long enough. Okay, skin glow. Anyway, so yeah, now I'm headed to Moe's to go and pick up my food for my night shift. And yeah, I think this is a really good place to end the vlog, and I'll pick y'all back up tomorrow. Bye.